Here is my topic. It's pulling the disc at which angle will be more suitable. And the first trigger for me to do the experiment is that I have been moving for several times, and that moving things upward. And I want to know, like, to pull the desk or the suitcases, which angle will be more suitable for the normal person to pull. And then let's move to the next slide. So the three steps to start the experiment. The first one is pulling the disc as 45 degree. I choose 45 because it is the intermediate angle between the three chosen angles. Another two is 30 degree and 60 degree. So we control the pulling forces equals to the 500 newtons and use the spring scale to measure the 500 newtons. The step 2 is screw the one side of the spring scale onto the desk and pull another side of the hook. Then incline the desk to 45 degree and pull it around the 1 meter distance. The 1 meter distance is all same for the each experiment. Otherwise, we approximately define the coefficient of the friction is the same. It will be easier for us to calculate for the work. Then the step 3 is record the feeling of pulling the stuff and the graph the one chart and summarize it. Here is my video of pulling the disc. I do not have too much time to talk about it. You can see it on my YouTube website. And in this experiment. And let's talk about the physics concept. The physics concept can be said as it is three basic concepts. The first one is the horizontal friction. It's here. You can see it. We need to follow the rule of the formula equals to the coefficient of the surface multiplied with the normal forces. Then we know that the pulling forces can be split into two forces. The one is the perpendicular direction toward upward. It is equals to the sine theta multiplied with the pull forces. Another one is the cosine theta multiplied with the forces. Then we will use the formula of the work. It is work equals to the forces multiplied with the displacement in the same direction. So in these cases, we may use the friction here, and the cosine theta multiplied with the pulling forces. So when I pull the disc at 45 degrees, we all know that the distance is 1 meter and pulling force is 500 meters. So we can see that the horizontal forces will be larger than the friction. So we use the formula based on the angle formula, and it is equal to the 500 multiplied with the cosine is 45 degree and minus friction multiplied with the distance, the distance. So the total will be 353.55 minus the friction joules. So it is the same 30 degree, but we can see that the work we done is more. It is 433.01 minus friction joule. And then we move to the 60 degree. 60 degrees, we see that it is we use the less work. However, in this case, we should take care about the pulling feeling. So when I pull the suitcases, to maintain at the 60 degree will be hard for me to handle. So that's the reason. That's the only only just at 60 degree. Then I graphed for one chart of comparing each experiment. You can see that worked down 30 degrees is larger than 45 degrees and larger than 60 degree. Then the feeling of the pulling I have already said on the slides, and we can find out the 45 degrees will be the most convenient pulling choice. Then the conclusion after the chart experiment, we need to assume that the pulling forces is the same and move approximately constant velocity. Otherwise, the horizontal component forces changes all the time with friction as the angles changes. So after these conditions, we can find out that at the angle of 45 degrees, it will be the optimal angle for us to choose to pull the stuff. And I think we should think about it in our daily life. That's all. Thank you.